Alright, hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more ball pit. You know what I just realized? I haven't built this thing yet. I should work on that. Yeah, let's workers gather up to 24 hours worth of resources while the game is closed. Yeah, we need that. I'm gonna need some money. Rather than try and build it now when it's not gonna make a difference, we're just gonna, try and save up the requisite money for today. So where are we even at? We're at New Game Plus. We might be able to go back to some of the old regions, and get some resources, or like go back to New Game Plus 0, and maybe get some stuff out of that. It's an option. Let's see. Who do we want to play as? We have the Repentant. They've got a cash bonus. We might as well go for that. Who do we mix with them? I could do Makeshift Sisyphus, go for a full AoE build. It's not the worst idea. Yeah, what else pairs really well with ice? There's the Empty Nester. Skip the baby balls. Just go that direction. The Embedded. I don't know. I feel like maybe we either do Makeshift Sisyphus or... Oh, because we can't do Flagellant. Yeah. All right. Makeshift Sisyphus. Let's go Boneyard Plus. See how this goes. I haven't tried the faster modes either, but I don't know. Don't know which direction I want to go with this one. So, wind is probably a natural choice on this one. Yeah. And what do we have? Dynamite. Yeah, the damage is pretty good. We'll have to figure this out. The last time we did this kind of got my ass kicked, so some part of me is just like a little apprehensive, not overwhelmingly so, but still. Do I want to get rid of the vampire ball on this one? What do we even want to go for? I mean, we know hemorrhage is extremely good, so that's bleed and iron. Oh, because the bleed curse, which I cannot remember off the top of my head how to get that one. I mean, if I take a look at it. Yeah, sacrifices bleed in dark, which is quite good in and of itself. So, yeah, I guess I'll grab the dark ball here. It's not worth anything. It's not going to do any damage. Same thing with the wind ball, unfortunately. At least the earth ball seems to be doing exceptionally well. And yeah, I'm trying to find kind of the gaps between units. Oh, because we're getting that from either freezing or... Let's see. I guess I should do something like that. There we go. I'm getting it from either freezing or hitting enemies with wind. And that's creating these micro gaps between enemies. Which is helpful. Let's definitely grab Magic Staff. There we go. Bang. The problem is these guys are a little on the punchy side. So we've got wind. I could go for the Ghostly Corset. Balls go through enemies, deal bonus damage, hitting them from the side. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Let's go for it. Okay. Evolution. Do I want to do Blizzard? Or Sandstorm? Two-tile radius. And surrounded by... let's go with Blizzard. Let's see if I can mix Blizzard and Sacrifice together, because I feel like that would probably be a good mix. Maybe. Now, it doesn't look like Blizzard actually pierces. Well, it still does a crazy amount of damage compared to where we were at just moments ago. So, I will take it. Let's see. I should probably bounce these. There we go. And there's the bleed. Okay, so now we can go fission. I just need A level on bleed, A level on blizzard. Then I gotta figure out what I want to do with earth. I mean, if we get lucky, we get cell ball and we can actually do the overgrowth build. that I want to do. Oh, I was on a lower difficulty level. The other thing... Oh, you know what? We do have to worry about the boss. Because last time I was having a lot of trouble fighting him because I couldn't hit him. I completely forgot that actually the first boss in the game is weirdly one of the hardest to hit because he's invincible from the front. Which makes things trickier. Let's go for a free reroll, see if I can get bleed up to maximum. There we go. Good timing. Get that evolution. The main question with the enemies being hit X number of times to trigger sacrifice, does that include being hit by like AoEs and other effects? I have no idea. Okay, so obviously he could mix dark in again. We could go freeze. There's cell. Alright, let's just get overgrowth up in this. I don't know what my timing and like how many balls I'm going to be able to make here. Mixing in some kind of global hit like sun would be a good way of potentially hitting the boss. If you get extremely lucky. Let's see. Go magic staff. Could go radiant feather. Because that wouldn't be a bad mix. Okay, there's lightning. Don't really need any of these, unless I want to do hemorrhage as well. Let's see, there's a fusion orb. Kind of ill-timed, or no, this one's good. We needed the fission levels anyway. Okay. Ideally, would love to get light. And maybe the strike-through cloak. Because the strike-through cloak is going to make the boss actually good. We have this side, the one that does strike-through from the side, but I don't know how that functions with the Skeleman. Okay, so we're going to fuse these two together. Alright, so we have Blizzard and Sacrifice, so Blizzard also applies the 6 stacks of bleed and curse from sacrifice, which, oh, I could have grabbed the sun there. Damn it, I should have. Well, it's fine. We might not even be able to make that full combo anyway. Much as I'd like to pull it off. Alright. Yeah, I know I do bonus damage with the extra bounces. My main problem is that's a lot of time in transit where my balls aren't able to do anything. And so, I don't actually know if it's more or less practical. I don't know if rubber band was the correct choice either. Okay, evolution. No, we gotta get overgrowth. Ow. There we kind of go. Do I want to grab light? Yeah. I want to start prepping that. Because all we need is any of the things that does like a global AoE. So sun, light bulb, so on and so forth. I feel tacky for going with this combo often, but it is very good for a reason. Let's see. All we need is just fire. We could also do laser. No, we can't. I'm going to banish both of the lasers. There it is. Burn. We're going to need at least a fission orb to get all these up to the right level. Oh, we might not make it. At least having this sun gives us some AoE chip damage. Let's see. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't think the curse damage is quite as good as I'd like it to be. Potentially against bosses, it takes a lot of hits to trigger. It does seem like the curse is being triggered a lot more often than just being hit by 5 balls. Okay, there we go. That'll give us the sun. And that'll give us some level of, like, global hits that we need. Evolution, go for sun. I should go for, like, Nosferatu or Satan again. Because both of those actually will be extremely helpful in their own way. So we need to get... how many more levels? 4? 4 more levels. That's a little tricky. I'm going to go for the evolution. Go overgrowth. We might have one more orb. Yeah, we're not going to make it. They were just a little bit off. It's fine. Even just having the sun helps. Because then all I have to do is just let it slowly burn things. The problem is the first boss probably has, like, oodles of HP. We might just have to cheese things for a while with, like, hemorrhage sun and other such overpowered abilities that work on a percentile basis. Unless bosses have a resistance to that. Let's see. We might not even get the last fusion orb. It must be level based or something. But there's usually like a last second fusion orb that shows up. How did I take 40 damage? Did I get hit by like 4 arrows at once and just missed it? I don't know. Well, one way or another, we also have the added benefit of we can actually hit the boss this time. Oh, right, because this character... This character has projectiles, come back. Yeah, when it hits the back of the screen, it actually comes back to me. Which is extremely busted for this run. Because I was having the damnedest time hitting the Skeleton King on my last run, but go figure I was using the physicist who had gravity, so all my balls were getting stuck. So I guess I'm gonna have to do physicist and shade together. Oh boy. Okay, we gotta slow this down, even though we're about to win. There it goes. Yeah, physicist and shade together would have a much easier time of taking that boss out. God, getting anybody up to level 20 is going to be a nightmare. Alright, that's a bunch of resources. Let's get that last building going. Because we do really need this thing. Let's see. The gunsmith. There we go. Okay, nothing else to build. So really, what we'd want to do... Yeah, nothing can be upgraded. Apart from slowly upgrading these bonus stats, how did one of my guys get out there? I don't see a gap. What happened? Did they just, like, find the space between two buildings? That's different. Alright. Different and confusing, but manageable. Alright, so we have the empty nester and cohabitants. Well, empty nester gets us the most amount of money. We do start with a ghost orb, which is kind of nice. Let's see. So what does ghost work well with? Because I could do flagellant. We could do broodmother. We could do shield bearer. I feel like shield bearer's got better setups than the ghost orb, though. Yeah, weirdly, I don't remember a whole lot of good ghosts. I guess we could do the embedded. Sure. Okay, so I forget if these two have a combo. So we could do Plague. We could do Curse Ghost. I forget what this Curse Ghost does. Curses enemies on hit. Okay, so like, this one's kind of nice. Plague is kind of good for taking out groups. Cell Ball on its own is amazing. Let's just go for Cell, because it gives us a bunch. Alright. And bonus crit when hitting enemies from the front? Yeah, I think so. Because, yeah, I can just pierce through lines instead. Instead of doing the bounce off of the wall thing, I can just go straight up. And that kind of works. Okay, I'm gonna banish a couple of these that I don't need. Let's see, so we could do wind for noxious. Do that for the lifesteal ghost. Could do this for radiation beam. I guess we could do noxious. Yeah, this is actually working kind of well. Obviously, who knows what it's going to look like after we're a little further in. But yeah, shooting upwards, getting the pierce, and then potentially having my balls bounce around is good. Do I want to go Radiant Feather? I think so. The extra velocity is just always handy. I can go either way on the rubber band. I feel like half the time it's actually hurting me more than it's helping. But at least here, it's extremely useful. Okay. Ethereal Cloak. Balls go through enemies and deal bonus damage until they hit a wall. Honestly, kind of unnecessary. I could pick it up anyway, just because it is bonus damage. So evolution. Virus? Sure. So, obviously, we already have the piercing ability as the cloak with the repentance. The main bonus is this gives me, what, an extra 30, 40 damage? 30%? 40% damage boost? I don't know if we can evolve them together. That's, like, actually ends up being quite a lot. Especially with the crits. We're definitely not getting the full crit combo, but we don't need it. Okay. Do I want to grab Deadeye's Amulet? I think so. We're getting enough crits that that actually is like a noticeable amount of damage. Okay, I'm going to go for Fission. Really hoping for more than that, but nah, whatever. We're not really letting Plague stack up. Also, Plague does way less damage than I thought it would. I wonder if it's one of those where status effects don't scale. Okay. So I could do Blizzard again. Which I don't hate. Sure. Having a big freezing AoE is good, especially when it's passing through large quantities of enemies. Let's see. Don't know what to do with it, though. I think we want to wait a level before I pick up that fusion orb. Because I think I'm going to pay for it otherwise. Because it's only going to get me a handful. There we go. I could also mix in Burn. I haven't done an Inferno build in a while. Really, like, a lot of the fire fusions get lost by the wayside because I just go Sun. And that's maybe a downer. Hard to tell. Okay, let's see if I can line this up. So it's just passing through them both times, both sides. Well, we seem to be slapping him pretty effectively. Okay. There's one fusion. Still would like to get the boots for the movement speed, but I'm in no immediate rush. Now let's go for that so we can get the fusion and hopefully get the boots. Right. Might as well be shooting side to side so we get the Phantom Regalia. Balls do more damage when going through enemies, which works really well for this run that goes through enemies. Okay. Egg sack. Hey, we probably just boost virus. My wife and I were talking earlier today of like, oh yeah, you know, haven't heard of anybody getting COVID recently. I wonder if it's like, not on the decline, it's too virulent for that, but you know, it's one of those where like, hey, maybe vaccines are working well enough, and so, you know, people are in just a good enough position that it's not like spreading as much as it used to. No. Immediately, like, as soon as we finished that conversation, got a call from my wife's parents being like, yeah, your brother's got COVID and we might have it too, and it's like, okay, never mind. And so, whenever I'm playing this game, especially with the plague ball and spreading diseases and stuff, like, I can't help but have my brain somewhat go to that and just be like, huh. I feel bad, because it's like, it's something that, like, did kill a shit ton of people, but some part of me is, like, stuck in that, I don't want to say, like, gallows humor slash, like, you know, has enough time passed before you can kind of be at least a little bit light about it. I don't know. I'm sorry, I haven't exactly lived through a whole lot of mass tragedy events, so I don't quite have the baseline. You know, the question is, I really wish there was, like, live DPS meters here. So we can fuse Virus and Blizzard? Yeah, we're just gonna do that. I was thinking of potentially cloning instead, but this just passes more viruses. But I will admit I'm one of those people that, I don't want to say copes with things by being silly, or at least trying to be silly. And so whenever I'm given the opportunity, or whenever I'm put in a bad situation, usually my goal is to not make light of it, but at least like try and introduce some levity to like not stress. The hell combos with Cell? Oh, I should have picked up Bleed, shouldn't I? Well, let's go for the Reacher's Spear. I don't think we're going to get the boots, but that's fine. We don't need it. I think at this point we probably just get balls and don't think. And one option I do have, and it would be very silly, is to just get some really basic balls and fuse them with cell. Just for sheer quantity. Because I have a near 100% crit chance on enemies in front of me. Like in the same column as me. And so I kind of can just line up and kill whatever I'm looking at. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go egg sack. It is the first cell combo I can think of. And it at least gives me something. Then I'll have to mix it with something else. If I get the chance. I don't know, I've wasted at least a couple of my fusions. We got what I was looking for. Oh. Gracious Impaler. I didn't even realize I was going for that combo, but yeah, of course I am. Okay, so crits now just have a 5% chance of instantly killing things. Unfortunately, I think that tanks my crit chance a smidge, which is funny. Iron. Okay, I mean, we can do the Infinite Shotgun again. Gonna have to level up one more time, otherwise we don't get it. Which is actually a little spicy dicey. Because I'm not sure if we have enough experience for this sitting on the board. Okay, there we go. There it is. Weirdly hard to get that right there. Alright, so we at least get the shotgun. I don't know if we're going to get another fusion orb. Oh. Yeah, we might not actually be able to get the shotgun up to full speed here. Because the ideal is we level it up twice and then manage to get one more fusion orb. So we can have multi-shotgun. It might not be a bad idea. Oh. That was probably our last fusion orb. There was no way I was going to get 2 levels on the shotgun. It might not be a bad idea for me to just intentionally try and go out of my way for some shotgun builds here. Because I think I'd like to try a hemorrhage shotgun at some point. Let's see. Throwing some bleed, throwing some bleed. Let's see. Hey, what else is there to say? I don't know. It's doing fine. Let's see. I like the just whirlwind going back there. We have Pierce up until you hit the back, at which point it gets trapped there and becomes a blender. It is very satisfying to watch. Maybe not the strongest, but it's satisfying. Unfortunately, the 5% chance to insta-kill I don't think applies to bosses. I kind of wish insta-kill had like a, this, yeah, sure. Insta-kill had a, like, remove to percentile HP if it can't insta-kill. Oddly enough, that's, a mechanic from Warhammer that I like. I don't know what my, like, ideal angle on this one. But yeah, there's... Oh. Damn, okay, getting hit by his hands is, like, serious business, actually. So, in Warhammer Age of Sigmar, maybe this is a thing in... Ow. Oof. Maybe this is a thing in 40k as well, but there's a specific unit who's kind of like a undead demigod type character, or maybe full god at this point, I don't know. I don't know enough about Nagash. but he specifically has an ability that you point at an enemy unit, hold, I think it's a die in one of your two hands, but you like hide it from the other player. You have them choose, and if they choose wrong, their unit dies instantly. But certain big units just take, like tank an amount of damage. Damn, 2000 DPS on the Plague Storm was actually extremely good. 1000 DPS on the Crown, though. Yeah, I kind of figured as much. But yeah, certain big units specifically are like, yeah, no, you can't insta-kill us with that. That would be overpowered. Alright. This can be upgraded. Improves offline gathering speed. Yeah, that'll probably be extremely helpful. Because I am slowing down a little bit on how I record. Okay, so we don't start with Charm Ball, which is tricky. So what combo do I want to go for? Do we want to do a Hail Santa build? I think so. Okay, so that is Charm plus Vamp. I don't know why they don't put these next to each other, or is it alphabetical? It is. Charm plus Vamp, Charm plus Dark. So, we can do Dark. What's the Vampire Ball? Spendthrift. Spendthrift and Shade? Yeah, Shade's got the money bonus. Sure. Okay, so we're going to need 2 Charm Orbs to make this work, which is going to be a little tricky. And then, I don't know, sell. Well, at least we start with the Charm Orb. Do I want to do Wagon Wheel? Sure. Okay. So, the daggers could be good. But a little tricky to pull off. And maybe a little unnecessary. We'll look at Santa again, see what he does. 1 second of burn to enemies, make them go berserk. So while active. So what we want... Long con, we're going shotgun. I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to necessarily. But we're going to try and do a Satan shotgun. Okay, evolution. Doesn't really matter which of these we go for, but let's go for the Dark Orb. Okay. Charmed enemies. Baby balls do more damage. Sure. Let's see if I can get the baby rattle. We also desperately need another charm orb. To some degree, what I should probably do is just ban other orbs. Damn, this is extraordinarily effective right out the gate. I was not expecting it to go this well. Wow, alright, so we get the baby rattle right off the bat. My accuracy is already abysmal. The full clear. I might be able to do something with this. No. Okay, we're going back here. We're going for the fission. Got what we needed. Okay, go for the evolution. Because we want to get shotgun, which is just good in its own right. Well, I could go for the baby rattle. I need that charm orb. I guess I should be banishing other orbs. Damn, we don't even need Satan for this. Fleet Feet could be extremely good. Okay, let's snag that. Because one thing I could do to get this to work better is to clear out at least an amount of my lineup. I don't actually think Magic Staff's going to be very good here. Oh, I shouldn't have banished it, though. Do we just get the ruby hilted dagger? I think so. Okay, let's go for the evolution, get cornucopia. They were just hitting enemies from the back a bunch. So it seems reasonable to go for the back crit. Let's see. Chance to reflect projectiles. He is kind of good against this. This might be one of those, like, frustrating situations where we need a very specific thing for my combo, and it just doesn't feel like showing up at all. It wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Let's see. Let's keep mulching these guys from the back, try and get what experience I can. Okay, there it is. Let's just pick this up, grab the fission. So then all we need to do is get 2 more orbs and a couple of levels between them all. Ow. That group spawned in extremely far down. Let's see. Do we grab... I'm just going to grab an iron ball for some raw damage. Second shotgun. I joke, but I'm also serious. I wonder if you actually could have multiple of the same evolved item. I've never tried. Oh, wait, no. We can do this. Fusion, evolution, succubus. Unfortunately, I don't think we're actually going to end up having enough orbs for this, is the tragedy. Because we still have to level the succubus up twice to be able to get Satan. Then we're going to need to level up Satan a couple of times. And the shotgun to be able to fuse them together. So this might end up being too much. Which is kind of wild to think about. Just the... No matter how hard I work... Okay, that at least gets us the Satan. No matter how much you, like... or how much I've, like, gotten stats and upgrades and whatnot. Okay, let's just start piling them down. Straight down the center. Evolution, Satan. Hi, I'd like to level my existing abilities up, please. Thank you. But yeah, no matter how much, how far I've gotten in this game, how much I've gotten upgrade-wise and building-wise and whatnot, there's still builds that are actually just impractical for me. Do extra damage, decays every time they bounce. No, I think I'm just going to grab the rubber headband. We get the bounce immediately, so it's not really much of a downside. I was hoping to get the feather, but we also don't have enough upgrade or orbs for that either. Is that just Satan laughing every time he bounces? I think it is. I think he has a special sound effect. Yeah. Yeah, we don't even... I mean, we might get lucky. I think we spent too much time trying to get the second charm orb. But that's totally fine. I will have to keep in mind, though, that I could potentially go for just like a multi-shotgun run. See if I can just do, make a shotgun, combo, fuse it with cell, do the same thing twice. 3 times if I'm lucky. Yeah, so if we get extremely lucky and get a fusion, like right now, or in the next couple of seconds, where we get the combo. Or not. It's a tragedy. Yeah, we're not gonna get it. It's fine. This is still ripping things to smithereens. So it's hard to complain. Cornucopia is actually nutty. Like, that's a hell of a lot of baby balls just doing their thing. Well, at some point I should also consider going for just, like, cloning Satan a bunch of times. Crawl faster, buddy. I wish to hit you with my Satan. Oh, that's the big damage. He spawns in with just a little bit above half health. That's a good sign. Oh, right. I was going to do a run with the Shade and the Physicist, because the Physicist is kind of hosed without the Shade against this singular boss. Unless, of course, I went for just like a global hit build. Could do that. Should do that. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, gotta check something. So, Spendthrift, I'm pretty sure... still has not, quote-unquote, finished the Boneyard. Dang. I was really hoping going back and, doing New Game Plus would consider completion percentage. Alas. Okay. Well, what do we have? What can I do? What can I build? Nothing. Nothing new here. No housing, no nothing. There's no buildings I've left, like, partially complete, right? Because I know I left some buildings in progress for, like, long enough that people are starting to point it out. Oops. I've got 2 up there. Speed, intelligence. I think intelligence does determine status effect damage. Before that, though, let's... do that so I can upgrade this. Yeah, the problem is these two are in the back corner where it's hardest to reach. Something to figure out at a later date. Okay, this is done. Can be upgraded another time. Hoy. Alright. Well, what do we want to do? Physicist. And... I mean, I could just do Physicist in the makeshift Sisyphus. We could do Shade, but Shade's already done it. Who hasn't? I mean, okay, let's do Itchy Finger and Physicist. We're just going to do Hemorrhage Sun, I think. Iron. Let's see. And might as well do Silver Blindfold. I don't know if you can crit with the Hemorrhage. But if we're going Sun, everybody's going to be blind. So that's just big bonus damage. Let's see. Do I want to just do the laser? Sure. I think the laser's pretty solid. It's interesting how much slower the guy behind is. Banish the bulb, banish that. Or is it faster? I have no idea. The character's desyncing like this is fascinating. Is it a result of... Oh. I bet it's a result of them having completely desynced speed stats. Actually. But one of them is dramatically faster than the others. Okay, evolution, Sun. Yeah, do we want to grab Reacher's Spear? Sure. I mean, honestly, if we can get the crits have a chance to insta-kill, that actually works really well. Because like I said, everybody's going to be blinded all the time. Okay, so we were looking for... I mean, there's a very silly world where I go Shotgun Sun. But I don't think that's great here. Well, we might as well go for the Deadeye Amulet, since that is the fusion I was literally just talking about, or evolution I was literally talking about. Ouch. It's okay. This combo is much more lightweight. Because I only need bleed. Because once I have hemorrhage, everything else is cake. I am curious what Sun Bomb would look like. But I can't imagine it would work. It would hit once, set things on fire, and then that would be it. I think I might have to throw a run just to give it a shot someday. Just to see. Yeah. Well, evolution. Get the Gracious Impaler. There's the bleed. We just got to get that up a level. Unlike the last run, which required a lot of moving parts to get working, this one's pretty simple. Alright. I should probably keep an eye out for the movement speed, just because that is going to be helpful. Summon your friends so my balls may bounce off of them too, please. Okay, let's see, what else do we do? Feather, that. Banish the wind orb for some reason. Let's go for the crit chance. Yeah, so it's not quite as much damage as the black hole. I cannot believe the black hole sun was as strong as it was. Alright, there we go. Warhorn, not the most helpful. Diamond hilted dagger. No, we don't need it. Let's max out sun, go for the evolution, go hemorrhage. Let's see. We have another orb. Ill-timed. I could use it to probably snag two free levels and max out hemorrhage, which is good. But I think I'm going to try and get another something. I'm just going to grab a dark ball. I don't know what it's for. But I'm just going to have it. Okay, so next fusion orb, we can get the hemorrhage sun. Imagine if the sun made you bleed all of your blood in seconds. That would be... I mean, I guess that would just be like turbo radiation. Evolution? Oh, I could go black hole. We don't want to. Sun hemorrhage. 4 stacks of bleed when hitting an enemy with 12 stacks or more. Consumes all stacks of bleed, dealing 30% of the current health, and sun makes them bleed and hemorrhage. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Now what? I mean, I could snag Lover's Quiver for just, like, a little bit of, safety. It's not the worst idea in the world. So then we're going to try and get the sun cupped between the Skeleton King's arms. Because if it's just sitting there, it's going to be toasting him every couple of seconds. Which should be as goofy and busted as I'm hoping it's going to be. I definitely don't want Shuriken. Alright, I've got the horizontal laser. How did I miss that? Do Ghost. It's kind of a wash. Ow. Because Ghost Orb just goes straight through enemies and isn't particularly amazing. Yep. But also, like, a lot of it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, we're hitting the boss for 9,999 damage. So the Hemorrhage Sun was the correct choice. It drops off. Yeah, now it's down to 4,000. So the way it works is it's 30% of their current health forever. Ooh, Gem Spring. So the reason why we want the Gem Springs... I could just go laser. Yeah, sure. Let's just get a laser into this mix. I don't have room to be picky. Okay. Yeah, the reason why we want the Gem Spring... is if I line it up just correctly... No, it's not really worth it. Or there's Holy Laser. I don't know, one or the other. Don't think I'm going to be able to get exactly what I'm looking for. Nor does it matter. Like, at this point, this combo is in a very comfortable position. Yeah, so the Gem Springs, at the very least, provide a solid backstop for me to drop the sun on, which keeps it on the field for longer. No, I did sacrifice sun already. I was trying to remember if I had or not. Because I know that's a equally ridiculous build in its own right. Okay. Just keep going gold? Yeah. Evolution. Holy Laser. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get the Super Curse Holy Laser. And that is fine. I do actually hope that we see modding efforts for this game, because I would mod the hell out of this. I don't necessarily know what I'd do with the mods, to be honest. Like, I definitely would be okay with ones that make it so I get more orbs, or confused on a level up after a certain point, or I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I mean, really, I'd love to see people add more evolutions to this game. I think seeing like a bunch of fan pack bonus evolutions and even new orbs could be extremely cool. And structures, like, no idea what I could add to the town, but never say never, there's probably all sorts of things that I could get. Alright. There we go. Hug your death. That sun orb will just noodle around in there forever. Oh, unless it's bouncing too hard. There it is. Okay. Not as good of damage as I was hoping for. Okay. Oh, because it's not visible. Okay, so that's why this isn't working. Excuse me, I have to collect my balls. Oh no. Yeah, so... Ow. So that actually makes this extremely tricky. We'll get it, probably. Because, yeah, I do a ton of damage to him, but the sun has to be capable of clipping him. Otherwise, it's nothing. Okay, other big downside? Feather's kind of deadly here. Okay, there it is. Damn it, the sun's trapped again. I was really hoping the definition... Nope. I'm gonna kill myself trying to get at this thing. It's okay. They get freed periodically. Not often enough. This is such a weird issue to have. I should have done the shade build. I thought it was clever with a global hit. But yeah, it's visible enemies. And then my decision to go for feather but not get boots is making it so I can shoot myself into a compromising position. Like, this periodically does enough damage. Damn it. Goes back again. And I can't go in there and rescue it. Because, yeah, it's traveling too fast. So it doesn't get the chance to hit. damn it. Got stuck again. Okay. And, like, luckily this is the only boss where this is a serious issue. But it is such a problem. Okay. Because, yeah, every other character you can just bounce off the wall. Okay. Got the heals off of that one. My decision to have the gem fountains in the mix probably was the... partly what's saving me here. Oh. And we're hitting him periodically. Woohoo! I was not expecting this to be nearly as dicey as it is. Ow, 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 frick. Yeah, we might have to do this again. I would love to give this to the Renegade, just to see how it tackles this boss fight. I just don't think the Renegade is ready for it yet. But yeah, unfortunately the Sun has too big of a hitbox. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for that. Oh no. Yeah, the problem is it has to tick it a second. Like, the sun orb has to exist for a full second. Otherwise, it cannot do what it needs to do. I thought I had this sorted, so I wasn't, like, trying to fix it further. I do wonder if I'd actually be better off just focusing on hitting him with the curse orb instead. Because I am hitting him slowly. I think, yeah, I'm just going to have to give up on trying to get around or even use the sun. That my only real solution at this point is to shoot him in the face with the one strike-through orb that I randomly decided to pick up for slightly unclear reasons. Yeah, no, it's actually doing more damage to it. Oh, what a stupid problem to have. Well, it's fine. It was good stuff all the same. Yeah, so DPS on that was pretty lackluster, actually. This thing did more damage, surprisingly. But I do wonder if it would have done better if I actually had a boss to hit as opposed to nothing. Anyway, I guess with all of that said, interesting couple of runs. We're making our way into New Game Plus. Obviously, it's still somewhat resistant, but I feel like I should be able to clear most of this, and this is the difficulty I was looking for. New Game 0 was a fun challenge, but it definitely didn't have, like, I don't want to say long-term challenge, but it was one of those where I could cruise through it with almost any combo. Here I actually have to try. Doesn't mean my builds are always going to work, doesn't mean my builds are always going to be even remotely close to good. But at least I feel like I'm challenged again, and that feels so nice. So for now at least, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. I mean, we're like 17 episodes into this series. How are you not subscribed at this point? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.